challenges today that we are trying to address with the AlpLinkBioEco project, this interregional project, have to do with the fossil fuel-based economy that is in place, has to do with the necessity to create a circular bio-based economy in order to sustain the local economy in the different regions, and have to do with stimulating enterprises to think about the resources that they have, on how they use it and how they can use it alternatively. So the challenges that we are faced with are mainly caused by the fact that the traditional way of doing industry has to do with the linear economy. That means we take things, we make things, and we waste things without thinking about what can we do with the end results of the product, what is happening with the end use, after use of the products that we make. Second thing is that we really poorly understand the natural resources in the alpine regions, in the different alpine regions that we have. And thirdly, that the industry that is operating, it operates on a global scale, but it doesn't really always think about what can we do locally and how can we maximize the resources that we have available. So that means we are missing economic opportunities to sustain the businesses and the enterprises and the economic activity in the region. So we try to address these challenges with several objectives. So the objective of the project are essentially to set up a methodology that will enable us to develop new value chains, and these new value chains will be examples that will create a circular bio-based economy. And we want to do this for 4 sectors. 2 are related to the feedstock, and this means agro, wood, and 2 are related to the products that can be made out of these feedstocks, which is related to the chemicals and the packaging. The main results of the project will essentially be that we will develop, based on these new value chains that we have developed in this circular bio-based economy, that we develop demonstrators. In other words, we have novel value chains and we identify the individual actors, and these will function in these 4 sectors as demonstrators. That means that we will have real actors, and therefore we will have parties that can act upon it and demonstrate that this new way of thinking about a circular bio-based economy is working, and that we have functioning novel value chains. So the output of the project will essentially be addressing the objectives. And according to the objectives, we will have the possibility to, first of all, have an inventory of all the actors that are involved in the circular bio-based economy. And then we have also developed a methodology of how these individual actors are connected, why they are connected. In other words, what kind of benefits will it bring to each of the individual actors to connect with one another and create this new value chain. And as a third element, we will have also an automated methodology, so that based on the information that we collected, we can also bring new actors together in a very efficient and an effective way using digital algorithms. And then eventually, based on this information, we can also explain why and how we should ameliorate or amend or develop the policies in order to support and stimulate and facilitate these new value chain creation, and therefore create a circular bio-based and sustainable environment for enterprises to work in. You may ask, for whom are we doing this? Obviously, this is for a number of target groups. And in the first instance, this has to do with the enterprises and the companies that can be engaged in this on an interregional basis. Second, the people that will support on a technical level the enterprises and companies, which means the higher education and research institutes. Thirdly, we will have all the stakeholders and all the people that are depending on these novel value chains, in other words, on the actors that play in these novel value chains. And then, last but not least, this will be examples for the policymakers on how to do this and to see how the impact of the financing, the measures that they will take have an effect on the economic activity in their specific regions and therefore create prosperity in a sustainable fashion. In order to organize and to make this all happen, we need to have a work plan. We need to manage the things that we want to do. And for that, we have developed different work packages that have individual tasks. So the first work package relates to obviously analyzing what we have today. That means who are the actors, how are they connected, what are they doing. The second work package has to do with, can we develop a methodology so that we will be able to easily develop these novel value chains. So the third work package is obviously, if we have all these informations, can we now put this into practice and develop the demonstrators? And for that we again want to make these 4 novel value chains and actually identify the specific actors and also bring for them the benefits that will enable them to create new business opportunities across the different regions. And then obviously the fourth element is also to demonstrate that these demonstrators, these new value chains work, and use that to develop policy or propositions for policy and to develop new insights on how best to stimulate and facilitate these novel value chains, so to create a circular bio-based economy. Obviously this needs to be communicated and we are looking from not just within the time frame of the project that this is made to happen, but also that we continue to use the tools that we have developed beyond the lifespan of the project.